Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into aerial transportation. Specifically, we're profiling M&M Ropeways.
Right. They're a big name in India, aren't they? Been doing this for, what, 35 plus years?
Exactly. And our goal here is to figure out how they're, you know, tackling some really difficult transport problems, basically changing how things move.
And what's really interesting, I think, is their core mission. It sounds straightforward, but it's tough. Flawless, sustainable, effective mobility systems. And they do it everywhere, like dense cities, but also way up high, extreme mountain conditions.
And it's not just one part of the job, is it? They offer the whole thing end to end.
Yeah, that's key. Design, the engineering side, actually making the parts.
Manufacturing, supply, installation, the whole deal, across pretty much every sector you can think of. So let's unpack their core solutions then. Who are they working for? On the passenger side, you've got the obvious ones. Tourism, moving people in cities, amusement parks.
Standard stuff, yeah.
But then they also list the Indian Army. That jumps out.
It does. That immediately says, okay, this isn't just about nice views. It needs serious reliability. Military grade, almost.
And that toughness carries over, right, to the industrial side.
Absolutely. Think about their material handling ropeways. These things are workhorses.
For what kind of industries?
Mining, big tea estates, getting supplies for rural development, even complex tunnel building projects.
Wow. How much can they move?
We're talking the equivalent of like hundreds of dump trucks every hour, moving stuff across terrain where trucks just can't go, ravines, steep slopes.
That's massive capacity. And then there are the cable cranes you mentioned.
Yeah, those are super specialized. You need them for the really huge infrastructure jobs.
Like building dams or hydropower projects.
Exactly. Hydropower, pump storage power, PSP projects. You're listing enormous heavy components during construction in really tricky locations. Cable cranes are essential for that.
Okay, so clearly they handle demanding projects. What actually sets them apart? What makes them, the ones to call for this stuff?
We'll look at their track record first. Experience counts. They've successfully delivered, over 114 projects?
Over 35 years, yeah. That's consistency.
And then there's the extreme environment factor. This is where it gets really impressive.
Get that their highest installation, 18,000 feet.
18,000, that's incredibly high.
And they have systems that work down to minus 35 degrees Celsius. That's Arctic cold.
Right. That's way beyond your average ski lift. That demands serious engineering, serious materials.
So how do they ensure that quality?
Well, they're ISO certified, for starters. And they design everything to OITF guidelines.
OITF.
It's the international gold standard, basically, for ropeway safety and technical specs. Very strict.
And who's doing the design?
They've got professional European design engineers working alongside their own in-house experts. So a mix of international standards and local know-how.
Interesting. Now, they also mention offering investment or leasing options. Why lease something like a ropeway? It seems like a permanent fixture.
But that ties right into the benefits for the user, you see. Leasing can be really smart financially.
How so?
Well, for a big project, it frees up their capital, right? Instead of a huge upfront cost, they lease. M&M handles the system, ensures it runs efficiently.
So immediate efficiency,
Yeah.
quicker movement of materials, less handling time, maybe lower labor costs.
Exactly. And there's a big sustainability angle, too. Fewer trucks rumbling around means a smaller carbon footprint. That's increasingly important.
Plus safety, I imagine. Custom systems, automated controls.
Definitely. Safer than relying solely on road transport in difficult terrain.
And that comprehensive capability we talked about, owning the design, fabrication, manufacturing, that must give them an edge.
A huge edge. Complete control. They use high-quality steel for critical parts, the drive units, the sheaves, the core mechanics.
But not everything.
Right. For things like electrical components, they seem to source strategically from top Indian companies. It looks like they control the core tech in-house, but leverage the domestic supply chain for other parts. Smart.
Okay, so wrapping this up. M&M Ropeways seems to have carved out a niche as the provider for dependable, low-maintenance, and, crucially, economical transport solutions in India's toughest environments.
Pretty much. Reliable systems for places where nothing else works easily.
So here's a final thought. Given they operate at 18,000 feet, work for the Army, maybe we need to think beyond just tourism when we hear ropeways.
Exactly. How vital is this kind of specialized, custom-built infrastructure for, say, national development? Or even national security, ensuring access year-round in remote border regions where roads might be impossible or seasonal. That's a whole different level of importance, isn't it?
Definitely something to consider. That's all for this deep dive.